y'all? Good morning. Welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. I am your host, A.D. Walker, the Pusha de Grow the Motivator. I appreciate you guys for being here, rocking with us, and always being a part of what we do every single morning, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Whew, just another day. So I appreciate you guys for being here. Listen, make sure you share. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Let everybody know that the brothers are in the building. Continue to pray for us as we grow and develop and do some amazing things. Keep it 100. Not like it's some real secret meeting, but had a great conversation yesterday with my brothers. Shout out to my wife for hooking up a pre-birthday dinner. I just put a picture up of who was there. Man, amazing conversation. Some great connections happened. I cannot express the joy. I cannot express the joy that I felt just seeing my brothers and, as we always say, chopping it up, having a good conversation. Blessings. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for being here. We had a wonderful time. Connections mean everything. Relationships mean everything. Maybe this should be conversation, but they always, the old adage of it's not what you know, it's who you know. It's real. Because sometimes I think relationships, can trump money. And you're like, how? How can relationships trump money? Well, a lot of times people are given space or opportunity based on relationships and some things you can't buy into. You cannot buy into. Um, you have to. Uh, you can't. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but you can't buy into everything. And no matter how much money you have, you don't. So, you know, sometimes you can't pay your way in. You have to build a relationship into it because some things are so huge, such a huge opportunity. The gateway in is about reputation and connection outside of just money. Um, and in this portion of my life, you know, I'm growing wiser. Uh, what is it? Coming around the 45th year of my life. Happy Friday Eve. Good morning. What I got Thursday. No, let's do this, Kathy. This is what I gotta do Thursday. What I gotta do Thursday. But I appreciate you with the themes. Um, but yeah, it's relationships are very, very important. And I think, we're getting inundated with a disingenuous message about cutting people off, not really fostering relationships. It's all about what the person can do for me instead of realizing everybody holds something that you don't have access to. Everybody holds something that you don't have access to. So, right there places a value on the relationship. Now, it's not about using someone to get to something, but it's a building of something that we can get something out of it together, if that makes sense. Um, but it's also about building something that's genuine. Because I'm more of the mindset of building more genuine relationships. And granted, there are some relationships that, hey, man, we don't get along, we don't agree on things, but you're trying to get there, I'm trying to get here. You have access to this, I have access to that. Let's come together, work it out, and make it happen. You understand what I'm saying? You got to get over the feelings, the emotions, whatever it is, the pettiness, to build something greater. Even during civil rights, there's several stories. Folks didn't always get along. Look at the Bible. Like those disciples did not get along. They they were all from different walks of life, all of, you got fishermen hanging out with office workers. These are those that are out in the field and those working in the office. Basically, they're not gonna. They two different mindsets together. For one goal. You understand what I'm saying? Well, relationships are important, man. Like this is a laying it down, a conversation. Like I said, I'm not sure if Pastor's coming through today. Might be just me, so I might shift it. But and it's honestly goes to what to do when you don't feel like it. What to do when when you don't feel like I had this morning. I woke up like incredibly earlier than I normally. Like I'm usually up by like 6, sometimes like 5:30. To get my day started. Prepare and I work on things, pray and all that. All that stuff, all that preparation stuff. Get my mind right, spirit right, and all that good stuff. And I woke up like 3. If you follow ET, he wake up 3 o'clock purposely every morning. But yeah, 3 ain't my time. 3, I tried it. It's not my time. It's to me 3 o'clock is like 3 o'clock at night. So I got up and I was up for a while. So I going through some of my usual stuff. And like 6 o'clock hit, and I was tired. I was oh my god, it's just like the sleep monster said, here you go, that's what you're looking for all night, here you go. And I was struggling. So like 7 I get up and exercise. Me and the kids, we got a routine we do. And yeah, it was rough this morning. So talking about what to do when you don't feel like it, having to press through, because this goes, honestly, look at how this ties together. This goes into building relationships. And if you watch the show at any length of time, I have been in the not feel like it space. Hey, Mama Corey, the not feel like it space when it comes to building relationships, like keeping 100. But you know what? For podcast sake, look at that. Look at Jesus. I'm just about to drop that intro. My brother from another mother just stepped in. Let's go. We'll be right back. I want to welcome you to the Brothers of Legacy broadcast, where we are changing our community one conversation at a time, every day.
We are creating a new legacy. Change gon' come, change gon' come, change gon' come, change gon' come, change gon' come. A co-op has to start with ownership. But we have a mindset of either I want to make a lot of money or survive. Make a bunch of money or I got to figure out how to survive.
When you have a real bond, when everyone has, we come in with real expectations. Mm-hmm. Because this is covenant.
The whole point is that we as a people, with our money and time, aren't often making this just possible, often vested in the business.
You're watching the Brothers of Legacy. We don't stand out. We stand up.
Welcome. Happy Thursday.
What's going on? Happy Thursday, everybody.
Yes, indeed. Welcome. Oh, let's see. So what did she say? Oh, great topic. Oh, look at in the building. Willette, thank you so much. Good morning, Aunt Sam. Good morning.
Aunt Sam.
All right. Look forward to seeing you in person.
Carlinda.
Yes, she said. See, you guys say like kingdom's greetings and blessings to the Legacy brothers.
Carlinda being all formal this morning.
Right. I appreciate that, though. I appreciate that.
Greetings to all of the wonderful people.
Right. appreciate you though. Thank you for that.
Kathy, Deborah, Lisa.
Yes, indeed. Hey guys, make
Gang's
sure
all
you
here.
share. Yes, the gang's all here. Make sure you guys hit that share button. Hit that share button. Get your friends and family in the building. What to do when you don't feel like it. So I started talking about, yesterday in our get together. Shout out to my wife for surprising me on that one. And how, we was discussing, business and things of that nature and just life and just the what she say. Yes, after graduation, I'm looking forward to see you guys come over eating some good old Southern cooking from the one and only. Yes, indeed. My stomach will be ready. So the importance of like networking and coming together and trying and building relationships, period. And I was kind of like, I felt like it was two different topics, but then in my mind, for me, yeah, I struggled, when I don't feel like it, because maintaining relationship takes a level of work, it's the reaching out, even just the checking in, the, hey, how you doing? Even the text, so things don't get so lost that it's just like, it's hard to build that connection back sometimes with some people. Because
Ask any couple.
Right. So, and having the unction to look past my don't feel like it to recognize the value of using, doing the work of maintaining relationships, as well as, I spoke about this morning, how I woke up at 3:00. I was hot. I don't know. I was just up at 3, and by 6, the sleep monster said, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired now. Like now I gotta get up. It's like I'm so tired. And just being able to press through, when you don't feel like it. Like, what do you do? Like, what do you reach for, or what do you think about when you don't feel like I know work is one thing. Sometimes work is just an automatic. I know I gotta get this check. But when it comes to things outside of work, what do you do to press to make the phone call? Or what do you do to press, like, for you as a pastor, I know you're excited to preach every single Sunday. Yes, I'm ready. What do you do in those moments? You're like, man, especially if you had them busy weeks and you're putting the word together, but you don't have, you don't do the system that you used to doing, and you're like, okay, I got it. This is it. What do you do to kind of just press yourself to push past when you don't feel like it? The getting up sometimes and things of that nature. What are some of your go-tos to press past, when you don't feel like, because you've gotten opportunities because you pressed past. You don't feel like, you showed up like, man, I'm so glad I showed up. Because there are no moments like, whew, I almost missed this. Oh, so where do you dig, when you get into them spaces where you just like, man, I just don't feel like it today. I don't want to do this. Let's pause on that. I get lost for words on that one. Like,
no, I have to use the bathroom really bad.
Okay.
But I don't feel like getting up and going to the bathroom.
I got you. I'm
in the bed. I'm lying there. Man, I got to go. I've had to go for like an hour. I don't feel like getting up.
Right.
I don't want to go. I do not want to roll over and get out of this bed, touch that floor, because as soon as I pull this cover from off me, I'm going to feel the chill of the night.
Right.
And I don't feel like readjusting to the warmth and the comfort. I don't feel like getting up and going. I'm going to just lay here. I got to shake my leg. Maybe it'll go away because I don't feel like getting up. This pillow feels so good.
Right.
But if I don't get up,
well,
I'm going to have an even bigger problem.
Right.
It's going to be
Right.
beyond the emotional or mental discomfort of fighting to get up when I know there's a physical requirement.
Right.
I got to get up. My body's saying get up and go release.
Right.
You got to go pee.
Right. Right.
My mind is saying I don't feel like getting up.
Yep.
But the consequence
Mm-hmm.
of this
Consequence,
particular
repercussions.
lack of execution
Yes, indeed.
is going to bring about a bigger problem
Yes.
that I'm sure I'm not going to want to have to deal with.
Look at said, like, oh, just be on yourself. Wash
Right.
the sheets when you're done.
Well, because
Right.
it's not just washing the sheets.
Right.
Because I'm not a toddler with the plastic covering over my mattress.
Right.
Whatever
right.
goes into the sheet is going
There
into
you
the
go.
mattress.
Right into the
So
mattress.
there's a
Yes, indeed.
deeper problem
Woo.
because I didn't do something that was only going to take 60 seconds.
That's good. That's good. That's
So I have to evaluate the expected outcome of
Right.
my lack of execution. So when I don't feel like it, I have to ask myself, who does it hurt if I don't
Right.
do it?
good. Right.
What does it impact if I don't do it? How critical is it? Is it really important? Because if it's not important and I don't feel like it, I'm just not going to do it.
Right.
But if it's important,
Yes.
if it matters, if the impact of this goes beyond me,
Right.
then I have to reconsider.
Mm.
And even if the impact goes beyond me, hey, AD man, you asked the question, what do you do? I don't feel like having this conversation,
Right.
so I'm gonna just be quiet. I'm not gonna talk about it.
Mm.
Right
Right.
now, you may be deprived of my narrative, of my perspective,
Right.
but you can still share.
Yeah.
So life goes on if I don't feel like talking about it.
right. Right. Right.
So for me,
Indeed.
that's not major. So if I don't
Right.
feel like it, I ain't gonna talk. It's not a great impact.
Mm.
I'm not gonna die because I didn't talk about this topic.
Right.
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 So
right.
you evaluate the impact.
Impact is something. You're right. Indeed. Him said, "Oh, he said, now that's just nasty." I'm saying, plus the marriage, I ain't signed up for all that. Right.
See, that's an impact that goes beyond you.
Right. Right.
know?
Aunt Sam said, "Do like they did in the old days. Put a pot in the bedroom."
See that imagery? That imagery that you just planted in my psyche, in my mind.
Just right. It don't just affect you. Aunt Sam she said, what to do when you don't feel like it? Just say I don't feel like it and do it, and don't do it unless it has to do with life or death, and see it with lots of love.
That's great. But again, Aunt Sam is speaking from a perspective of someone who does what she want to do when she want to do it anyway. She ain't raising nobody.
Right.
Right. She's Aunt Sam. I call her my auntie butterfly.
Okay.
Right. She just flies. She touches. I just imagine a butterfly. That's all I got to say. The
Right.
color, the personality, all of that. That's her. So if she don't feel like doing it, she just ain't gonna do it. And she ain't thinking about nobody else. But the reality is, at this point in her life, she doesn't really have to.
Right.
Right. Her business is her own. Her husband is taken care of.
Right.
Now I don't know what Uncle Rob have to say if you say I don't feel like
Right. Let's get him in on this.
I don't feel like cooking, Rob. I don't know what the impact that's going to be, Uncle Rob. I don't know. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah, go on, leave that alone. Leave that alone.
But
Yeah.
as a parent,
Sure, you're right.
I don't feel like cooking today.
Right.
You don't feel like cooking today, your children won't eat.
Right.
What's the impact of your children missing a meal?
You gotta
They might be able to miss one.
Right. Nah,
You can handle the psychology,
Right.
the response from your children.
Right.
Do what you do, boo.
Right. Indeed.
Yeah,
Indeed.
because I can't even imagine the number of days my mother was like, "Ooh, Lord, I don't feel like it." Girl, just lay here. Just take the day.
Right.
And then she tells stories like this. She says, and I had to tell myself, girl, you better get your behind up. You better get up here and go see about these
Right.
boys,
Right.
So
Right.
you have to count up the cost.
Yes.
Is what you have to do when
That's
when
good.
you don't feel like it.
Right.
Um,
Right. Count up the cost because that's a big one. You know, to be able, it's the ability to overcome self, but knowing the value of what you need to be doing and the value of what can effectively help, you know, help what you're trying to get to, help what you're trying to accomplish. And you know, I know like the idea of it's just one day, you know, like it's just one day. But I think you know we can miss an opportunity just by randomly missing a day or not doing something or not paying attention. You know, we know the adage with kids when it get too quiet, you need to get up and go see what them kids are doing because they don't start digging into the wall like you know,
Yeah.
very quietly. You know, so you never know. You know, that's always so funny when kids are really into something that they're probably the worst thing in the world. It get quiet, then everybody quiet. He's drinking it. Watch him drink it. You know. Oh man, what's up? Sam said, "Man, this week week at work has been a struggle. Have not felt like it. Right, right,
Yeah, but it's the opportunity
right.
that you were grateful to get,
Yes, yes.
right? So I have to show appreciation for my blessing
Right,
by getting up and being a good steward, you know.
right.
Uh,
He said, "I don't feel like adulting. I don't want to do it."
Right.
Right.
But then you start counting up the couple. You know, as much as I don't feel like adulting, the mortgage got to be paid.
Right.
You know, these
Exactly.
lights got to stay on. You know, I
Indeed.
could just not adult and just be a transient. I'm not
Hope
sure
for
I
the
want
best.
that type of lifestyle.
Right. What is it like? Even when you don't choose, you choose.
Yeah, it's a
The
choice. It's
decision
always
is
a
made
choice.
regardless.
Yeah.
That's good.
Uh,
That's good.
but the other thing, you know, because you talked about relationships also.
Right. Yes.
And, you know, I don't feel like calling. I don't feel like talking.
Right.
And I don't feel like entertaining. Wait, before I go there, Okini put something else in there.
Okay. Let me see. Honestly, people made plans for today and didn't make it. Right. That's what keeps me going. On top of the fact that family needs, I guess.
Yes.
The family
Yeah.
needs. Yes. Yes, indeed.
Yes. Right. And depending on what you do for a living,
Right.
you know, let me go do this because somebody else didn't want to. Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
When it comes to, you know, like I don't feel like calling, I don't feel like talking,
Right.
I don't feel like entertaining. You know, sometimes that is a slow deterioration
Mm-hmm.
of a relationship,
Right.
right?
Right.
I don't feel like talking today,
Right.
and
Right.
and then you become desensitized to the infrequency of connection.
Woo. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it bothers you less and less.
Right.
You become desensitized to the increased infrequency of connection,
Wow.
and you end up alone
Right.
with nobody around because
Right.
you got comfortable not communicating,
Right.
and people became less sensitive about not hearing from you.
Right.
So they moved on to other things. And now you have no contacts, or now you have very few contacts, and you're wondering where everybody is. And
Right.
the outcome is because of the cause. The cause is you didn't feel like talking. You didn't feel like entertaining. I don't want to be bothered today. Now
Right.
you are unbothered
Right.
and lonely
And lonely.
over time.
Woo. He said, Rollins says, live for the outcome.
Right.
Don't want it before the process begins. Embracing in the process and loving the finished product. Indeed. Okay, he said that's what the devil wants. Sam gave the eyes. Yeah. Listen, I think it's it's
I am not messing with Sam today.
creators, you know, nobody wants to be alone. You know,
Nobody
like
wants to
you
be
have
what?
alone. Like I don't think anybody wants to live a life where they're just alone. That's how I
That's
feel.
interesting.
Because I feel that way. I feel like and I think, and this is me from one space of my life. I feel like the older you get, like you want some level of connection. Like you may not want somebody all in your business, but I don't think anybody really just wants to be alone.
Didn't we just have that conversation?
Did we?
Was it on here? I was talking to somebody, and the comedian who said, I have some, he said, I have a word, an inspiring word for women.
Okay.
In relationships. You're married, you're in a long-term relationship, whatever the case might be. He says, I want to give you some inside information about men. Right. He said this is going to help you. This is going to help your relationship.
Right.
He said, there's something about men. He says, as men, we want to be alone.
Right.
But we don't want to be by ourselves.
Right. That's what. Yes. Yeah.
Right. That's what he said. He said
Right.
he was like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like we want to be alone. Like we want you around, but just like not right here. Right. Like somewhere in the vicinity. So
right.
If I need, I can reach out. And I know you're there. I thought it was hilarious, but it was so profound. Right. Because I find myself at times, like I just leave me be.
Right.
Let me just chill here.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
But don't go too far.
Right. Right. But it's like the trade-off though. You know, and honestly for my life, like that's the part I was kind of like missing. Like I would get so much into the be alone space that I wouldn't keep any level of connection. Like I wouldn't at least reach out, at least talk, So it's like, oh man, I'm all by myself again. Because I didn't let everything go because I wanted a little bit of peace. Oh, all right. Sam said sometimes a little alone is a good thing. He said, "Oh, can I breathe my own air, please?"
Yeah, absolutely.
He said, "Somebody get these kids."
Yeah.
And then he said, "How do you tell somebody be quiet and sit in the corner without saying it?" She said, "It's not just men. It's not just men."
Oh, I know. I know. That is a fact.
Oh, yeah. That is big. That is big.
And so you take that and you expand it out into your social connections. Not everybody wants it all the time.
Right.
And I think some of the so when we talk about I don't feel like it, and I don't feel like talking today, it's not a good time.
Right.
I think that we have to be mature enough to be able to say it, but also be mature enough to be able to receive it.
Okay.
Because
it's not a good time.
It's one because timing is everything.
Right.
Because there are moments when I want it and you don't.
Right.
I feel like hanging out and you don't.
Right.
But we're petty enough to where however you respond to me, it's how I'm going to respond to you next time.
Just because. No, I want to see you, but nope.
Yeah.
I'm not. Because you
don't want to hang out? You ain't well, no, man, it's not that I don't want not today. I'm just man, I can't. And so we lie. Oh no, man, I gotta go,
All right. You're
right. And it's like I shouldn't have to lie. I should be able to say, nah, man, I can't do that today. But next time, Right. The problem is we can't receive that. And also because we struggle with we start anticipating the fact that someone may not be able to receive it. So we won't even put the truth out there.
Yeah.
You're assuming what someone else's response is going to be.
Right.
Because you want to protect them. You don't want to hurt their feelings.
Right.
So we lie.
Right.
And in that case, you just didn't feel like telling the truth.
True.
And so the outcome can become a pattern of behavior.
Right.
Which can come back to haunt you in a relationship. So
True.
we have, and I just feel like But this is why we have to have the whole armor of God. This is why we have to have Christ. We have to have that self-confidence, that peace that surpasses all understanding. You know, that's what we have to have. And so I think we use life opportunities to pursue that. So when I don't feel like doing something, I ask myself, why is it that you don't feel like doing it? Okay, well, today is just a block. I just don't feel like doing it today.
Right.
That's okay.
Right.
It's all right to not feel like doing something, but it's still critical. It's still important to evaluate, to count up the cost of not doing it. Does it impact anybody? Does me not doing this impact someone beyond me? And if it does, what is the level of impact?
Right. Right.
And might I consider that what I measure to be the level of impact is not necessarily how the person on the receiving end measures it?
Right.
It may mean more to them than the value that I'm putting on it.
Right.
Right. I was really, really looking forward to hanging out with you.
Mm.
This moment for you, you know, was a thimbleful, but for me, it was a pitcher. That's
All
tough
right, fine.
sometimes.
Fine, I'm coming. Listen,
That's
you tell
tough
me that,
sometimes.
I'm guilty. I'm just like, this Negro here. I'm coming.
When we hung out yesterday.
Yeah.
Right?
Man, that was
Yeah. And you like we so you told the story already, right?
Yeah.
You did? Okay.
Well, I mean, in essence, you can always share a little more. Go ahead.
So as part of this celebration week for AD Walker, his birthday, you know, the fellas, you know, do I say who triggered this?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So Sam reached out and was like, hey man, you know, why don't you guys well, she didn't say hey man.
Right.
Like, hey, why don't you guys go, you know, take AD out for lunch, meet him somewhere for lunch this week, just as a part of a celebration of his birthday this week. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, what day? You know, and then like the minute you say it, I'm like, oh God, my calendar is crazy. I can't. How am I gonna break away?
Right.
You know, because it's gonna take me an hour to get there. We're gonna sit down and eat for an hour. It's gonna take me an hour to get home. That's 3 hours out of my day. How in the world? I don't feel like doing that.
Right. I got you.
I don't feel like making the adjustment. I don't feel like trying to, you know, figure it out on my calendar. You know, I'll hit y'all up on Saturday.
All right.
When is the party?
Appreciate that, Rollins.
Right? When is the party? And I'll do that. I'll come to the big event. You know, because I'm sure that's going to be on my day off.
Right.
If there is such a thing. Right. I just like it's just too much work.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you look at the calendar, and for me, it's like, this AD. How you gonna have other people show up and you not show up? And it's AD. This your boy, this your brother, this your man. You know, this like how you can't even. How do you come back? You can't even. You're not even gonna be able to look at yourself in the mirror.
Right.
And man, if you don't get up and make adjustments in your calendar and get your behind in that car and drive over here and hang out with your boy,
right.
Like that's what it is.
Right.
And then you know, and sometimes you like this is me. Sometimes you miss out on an emotional burst or emotional breath of fresh air.
Right.
Because you procrastinate, because you didn't feel like it.
Ooh.
And then you got to hear the testimony of other people and the wonderful shift that transpired.
Right.
And you missed it. And what you missed it, the reason you missed it was of no value.
Right.
But you got, and then you're telling you, oh man, I wish I would.
That's good.
I had just been there. Like,
yeah.
Well, if you'd have just been there, you'd been able to share in this, but you weren't there. So stop.
Right.
You know, maybe next time you think twice before you sitting on your tough time that you don't feel like going somewhere.
Right.
You know, I mean, I'm just, it's, and what I'm saying is, you know, you have to accept the fact that you miss those opportunities. I tell people this all the time. You are a phone call, a handshake, an email away from your next life-changing experience.
Yep.
But if you don't feel like it,
you
don't feel like growing. You don't feel like making it. You don't feel like receiving it.
Right.
It is what it is. You know, so that's why, you know, counting up the cost, because you never, like when we were coming out of that place.
Yeah.
What did you say to me?
Brother, I appreciate you guys coming and being here and, you know, being part.
And I'm like, but it's you,
Man, listen, this
right?
yeah, and I appreciate it, man. It's
Yeah,
yeah,
but I don't
it's
want to turn
huge.
this into like your moment. But
No.
no, seriously, like don't try to take the moment, man. Don't split it.
I'm taking this moment. I don't get a lot of them right now. I need every one of them. My time.
You know, but that's right. Like when it comes to, relationships, when it
Right.
comes to business arrangements,
Right.
is this a transaction
Right.
or is this a strategic move?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you don't feel like making the call,
Right.
you don't feel like making the meeting,
Yeah.
all of that's based on the vision for your organization. Is this a transaction? Is this, a $20 transaction? Or does this $20 turn into something that's recurring
Right.
that could become a strategic shift for my organization? It's
Right.
$20 today. It's $20,000 tomorrow.
Right. Indeed.
And so you have to count up those costs.
Right.
Do I want to write this report? I don't know.
Right.
Who's going to read it?
Right. Oh, that's good. That's good. You're right.
You understand what I'm saying? Where's
something
this
down?
report going to end up?
Right.
Is
right.
this something that has a potential to go from this set of hands to this set of hands
Right.
to the hands that are connected to the eyes that could change your life?
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I like your perspective about whether or not you feel like doing something
Right.
has to be so broad that if you decide no,
Right.
you're justified internally.
Right. Yeah. That's
What
good.
Lisa?
Lisa said, action is not an option, it's a necessity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, that's big. It's yeah, in my head, like it's just all of the moments that I was like, and I went through that too. I was like, I gotta do this, I gotta move this, you all the way over here. It's gonna take me this long. I don't wanna. I don't wanna,
Yeah.
but it's like you said, it's worth it. Like a lot of some things are really worth the press. Some things are worth the sacrifice. And then like let's have a real conversation. Sometimes it's like what you doing here, and as opposed to what could happen here. Just
Networking.
go. Yeah, just even you get one number, even if it don't turn into anything, you at least gave yourself the opportunity for something to happen.
Why is that important? Because you have a view
Right.
of your world,
Right.
right? And there are components like
Right.
I wear these glasses. I see things one way with my glasses. I see things another way without my glasses.
Right.
Right. So my connection to these glasses changes how I see the world.
Right.
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 These
right.
glasses are critical to my view.
Right.
They enhance my view.
Yeah.
Your connections, like not feeling like networking.
Right.
My wife has these networking events and stuff. She's
Right.
in real estate. She has to go
Right.
meet people.
Right.
She has a view of the real estate market, but the
Right.
more people she knows, the
Right.
broader her view.
Yeah. Definitely.
And what I'm saying is, when you don't feel like expanding your network, your view can be enhanced by the connections that you make.
Right. Right.
What am I saying? You can meet someone that can change your view.
Yep.
But if you don't feel like meeting people, if you're not comfortable with networking and all of that kind of stuff, you'll continue to have a limited view.
Yep.
Right.
Indeed.
So and that's why you got to get up. You got to go make it happen. That's just one example
Right.
of going even when you don't feel like going.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
Calling when you don't feel like calling. Send the email when you don't feel like sending it.
Right.
Send the message when you don't feel
Don't
like it.
Yeah. Definitely. Those connections and push you past your feelings. It takes work, but in the end, like you said, it's worth sometimes just taking the risk. And honestly, we need to have a whole conversation about the whole fear factor of life and not taking the risk. Another deep. I think we've talked about it before. We need to just go a little deeper with it, because sometimes people fear things. They make up the fear in their mind, like. Because networking can be a little frightful sometimes and can be difficult and challenging. and that's why you don't want to go, but you just never know what may happen. Sometimes just push yourself into the room will get you somewhere. Let's see. He said, Chris said, I look at my stack of bills and I'm motivated.
See, that's counting up the cost.
Right. He said, you know what? I'ma go. I know they may have an answer for this stuff right here. Lisa said, I heard someone say once, you must trade the life you have for the life that you want. Yes, this takes getting up and doing something. This keeps me going when I don't feel like it. Yes, indeed.
That's awesome.
I think
That's awesome.
Les Brown said that. I think he might have said, he may not have originated it, but I think I heard him say it. I'll say that. Oh, Richard said, what's up, Pastor?
Hey, Richard.
Oh, so yeah, definitely. That's good. It said, must trade your life. Must trade the life you have for the life you want. Yeah, we always gotta, it's that press. It's that press. Because, we get content, like when you're in the midst of a struggle, if you're walking or, you live in a hard life, it's easier to press. It's like, man, I got to do whatever I got to do to get out of this situation. I'll go to whatever meeting. I'll sit wherever, how long, there is no bad meeting. It's like, well, this didn't change. We got another one. I'm going to go to that one too. You got this? I'm going to go to that one, but then we get to a space where we're comfortable. It's like, I don't want to do that meeting anymore. It's like, but you want another level of life. So it's like, now you have to press because now you're comfortable, but now you got to press out of that. He said, Sam said, for me spiritually, when I don't feel like doing those spiritual things, I do them anyway. My blessing always comes. Indeed.
But that's a wonderful, wonderful statement, Sam. We were just dealing with Moses up in the mountain,
right?
And God telling Moses who God is,
right?
God described himself to Moses,
right.
and the Bible says in Psalms 34 that Moses made haste to bow down and worship God, right? And what I'm saying is God told Moses first who he is.
Right.
In other words, you're blessed whether you spiritual or not.
Right.
Because grace is God-given. It's unmerited. There's nothing you can do to earn it. It's just yours. Right. And what happens in life is what makes you go out and do it is because you think about the goodness of Jesus and what he's already done. Right. And that's the thing. Like, you don't feel like it, really. I don't feel like being nice today. Oh, so you don't want anybody around you. You never want. Yeah, you don't want nice things.
Right.
It's better that you say that.
Right.
I don't want anything good coming back to me.
Right.
Because so I don't feel like being nice to people because I don't want any good thing to happen to me from people.
Right.
I don't feel like going to work. Oh, then you want to be broke.
Right.
Just say that. I want to be broke.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like going into this networking event. Okay, then you don't want your network to grow. You don't want to have any connections. Just say that. I don't want any connections in my life.
Right.
I don't feel like eating healthy. Okay, you should say, I want to be sick.
Right.
I want to be unhealthy.
Right. Indeed.
I don't feel like exercising. Oh, you want to be out of shape. Just say you want to be out of shape.
Right. That's what you're saying. Indeed. That's deep.
Right. I mean, I don't feel like investing in it. Okay, so you don't want a future.
Right.
I don't feel like tithing.
Right. Ooh. Right. Indeed.
I don't feel like praying. Right. Oh, you don't want to talk to God.
Right.
Oh, okay. So when you need something, call the folks that you actually do talk to.
Right. Indeed.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. It is. That's good. That's good. You got to take that all in. Take it all in. Yeah. Yeah. I can't even say nothing to that. All right. So listen.
It all means the same thing.
All means the same. Appreciate you guys for rocking and hanging with us. Let's see. Rollins says, I am blessed to say thank you, Lord. see the blessings in the blessings. Indeed.
There's a blessing in blessing the Lord.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a blessing in saying thank you.
Right.
People with no manners don't get many favors.
Ooh,
That's real.
that's real.
Like how close are you to a person that is absolutely ill-mannered?
Right.
Tell me you love hanging out with folks that are ill-mannered.
Right. Other than being your relatives, and you.
He's just so. I love being around him. He's so rude.
Right. You want to go out to eat with him.
Yeah, I love doing things for him. He never says thank you.
Right.
The greatest quality about her is that she never says thank you. I love that about her. I just keep doing and doing, and she never appreciates anything.
Right. Oh man, let's see. Oh man, see. Woo. All right. So Richard, he said, Pastor, some people have been hurt many times, are scared of being hurt and betrayed, fear it again. Yeah. See, look, I told you that.
Is that written on my hat? I completely understand, bro.
Right.
I got the scars.
Right.
I have the hurts,
right.
the pains.
Right.
You know, I've had to wrestle with the fears and all of those things, you know. But the value of me getting better,
right.
is it outweighs the previous hurts and pains because I want to get better.
Right.
I don't like the next time it happens. I don't want it to hurt as bad. Right. I just and I'm going to be more careful about what I pour out and where I pour it out.
Yeah.
Right. It matters where I put my seed.
Yeah. It does.
Where I put my energy. It matters.
And then guess what? You can still put all that energy and it still go bad.
And it still go bad. But the thing is, do I stop sharing the best of who I am?
Right.
Because somebody took it for granted?
Right.
No. I'm not going to stop being nice because somebody else was mean.
Exactly. It's responsibility to shine. Isn't it your responsibility to shine the light? Also, the cure is more painful.
I don't feel like taking this medication.
Right.
I don't want to take this antibiotic.
Right.
It tastes nasty. The pill is too big. I don't want to. I don't even feel like drinking the water. But if I don't, the infection will continue to spread and I'll be dead.
Right.
And that's figuratively and literally.
Right.
You know, if you don't take the medication, if you don't do the things that will make you better, you die in your mess.
Boom. You'll die in your mess.
I can't stand medicine.
Right.
I detest it. Don't like it.
My stomach sick. Right.
But the value of getting better,
excuses, right?
Yeah, the value of getting better far outweighs the temporary distaste.
Yes.
Of the medication.
Indeed. You got to step into those spaces, guys. I mean, I know you've been hurt over and over again. I know, but you can't live life in a bubble. You can't expect great things to happen inside your bubble. You got to step out. That's what we talk about. We talk about faith. You got to step out. There's a level of faith that you have to carry. Pastor, meet some point. Oh, think and talk for hours. He said for hour. Pastor can talk for hours.
I don't feel like talking for hours.
Not for hours.
30 minutes. So you get 30 minutes.
Sit. Yeah, but honestly, that. I mean, I get it. You don't get hurt, and then the more that you avail yourself, the more connections you make. Some will be great ones. Some will they'll go south. Some will be a season, and you got to learn to just you take your wins and you take your losses. And you just continue to move forward. Though it's like you can't sit in it, man. You can't. And I had to learn that, because you just can't, because you'll never have anything else if you just I'm never doing this again. I'm never doing that again. I'm never, things are gonna listen. There's gonna be folks that just solid folk, and they just turn left on you. You're just like, wait a minute, what happened? You know, and
They
he
used to
just-
call him the baddest man on the planet.
yeah,
They used to call him the baddest man, the baddest boxer. They said that he would win the match, the fight, before he even got into the ring.
Mm.
They say that when people saw him walking with the white towel cut out around his neck, they were already defeated.
Mhm.
Mike Tyson,
Right,
baddest man to put on a set of gloves.
right,
And Evander Holyfield was beating him so bad he bit his ear off.
right.
He got so mad because he didn't want to take that L.
Yeah,
You're like, I don't feel like losing today. I don't feel like losing. I'm losing, but I don't feel like losing today. I'm not
Right.
taking this L.
yeah,
And he took the L anyway.
right,
Disqualified and he got beat up. So he took a double L,
right.
like LL. Lower level, lackluster, lame.
Where did that come from? All right, guys. I guess it's time to roll out of here. It's time to roll. All right, so listen, I appreciate you guys. Great Bruno, great friends, indeed. Appreciate you guys for being here. Appreciate you guys for being a part. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for supporting. Continue to let everybody know about the Brothers of Legacy. We're having a great conversation. So tomorrow is Friday. Is it Friday? Freestyle Friday. And you never know what's going to happen. so tune in. Make sure you stay connected. Text LWN to 84576. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Text LWN to 84576. Right, Deborah. I don't even know where that came from. Text LWN to 84576.
I went off somewhere. I don't know.
LWN to 84576. We look forward to seeing you guys. Oh, tonight, Sisters of Legacy, because they moved from Tuesday. Now they hit Thursday at 8:00, I think. Text LWN to 84576 and you'll get it, but I think it's 8:00. All right. So we look forward to seeing you guys tonight. So yes, have an awesome day as well. Thank you, Aunt Sam.
McNair, hey, brother.
McNair. Hey, what's up, brother? Appreciate you. All right. So we'll see you in the AM. If I click the right thing.
Oh, Frank Bruno's Mike Tyson's friend because he got beat so bad he didn't have a choice.
As always, we love you. Know that God loves you more. Stay safe. Thank you guys for rocking, hanging, being. Make sure sharing is caring. All of my replay peoples.